diamond problems. So first off, we need to figure out what they are. So if we look at the first two, they're completely done. How did we get negative 35? How did we get 2? How did we get negative 7? How did we get 5? Is there any relationship with them? And then we also have 11, negative 143, negative 13, and negative 2. So what is it? How are we finding these numbers? Well, these are the products, and these are the sums. So we need to find two numbers that multiply to negative 81, but add up to 24. So we know since the negative, or the product is negative, the sum has to have one positive, one negative. And the bigger number is positive. So we're not quite sure. So let's just start a table. We got 1 and 81, of course. And we just go down our list. 2 doesn't go in there, it's not even. 3, does 3 go in 81? Remember, I think I told you guys this. 8 plus 1 in the 81 is 9. 3 goes into 9, so 3 goes into 81. Then 4 doesn't go in, 5 doesn't go in, 6 doesn't go in, 7 does not go in, 8, 9, well, it's 9 times 9. So because these numbers are pretty close together, notice the gap is closing. There are no numbers between 9 and 9, so these are the only numbers that multiply to negative 81. So is any one of them, if we add up and really take the difference, because one is negative, one's positive, does it work? Yeah. The difference between these two, oops. No, it should be a 7, sorry. Are these two. Which one's positive? Well, 27, because the product is negative, so we need a negative 3 here. But when we add them up, they're a positive 24. So that's what we need. 6 and 5. Again, this is the product. This is the sum. So what two numbers multiply to 6 and add up to 5? Well, again, I'm not exactly sure. So we got 1 and 6, 2 and 3. I guess 3 and 2. And we don't need to write those again. So these are our options. Are either one of these have a sum of 5? Yeah, these two. So 2 and 3. Now we got negative 24 and 10. If you're thinking that, well, you're wrong. Because a negative times a negative would be positive. So they have to be opposite signs. So we do this, but now it doesn't add up to 10. So we got to look again at our values. 1 and 24. 2 goes into it because it's even. 3 goes into it because we know it's 8. 4 goes into it and 6. And again, we're looking at the narrow in the columns. There's only one number between 4 and 6. That's a 5. 5 does not go into 24. So those are all our factors. So again, one's negative, one's positive, meaning the positive number is bigger by 10. So if we look here, it's exactly what we have. Positive 12, negative 2. Add up to 10, and it would multiply to negative 24. So let's do a couple more of these, just so we know what we're doing here. So negative 5 and negative 6 and negative 5. So is that just like the one up here? Those are both positive. These are both negative. If the product is negative, then we have one positive and one negative. So again, that means, and we will look at our numbers. So we got 1 and 6, 2 and 3. That's it. And can we find the difference of any of those two that will be 5? Yeah, right here. But of course, the 6 has to be negative because negative 6 plus 1 is a negative 5. So So we had the bigger number was negative because our sum was negative. Negative 140 and 31. I don't know how to do this. So bust out our table, bust out your calculator. No harm in using that. So again, it's negative. So they're going to add up to be 31, positive 31, but one's going to be negative. So we know 1 goes into it. We know 2 goes into it because it's even. 3 does not go into it. 4 does. I probably shouldn't need a calculator for that, but 35. 5 goes into it because 140 divided by 5 is 28. Let's see. 140 divided by 6, does that work? Nope. 140 divided by 7, that works. We just keep going until the gap between them is the smallest it can be. Can we divide that by 8? No. 9? No. 10? So 10, 14. So the numbers are getting pretty close. So 140 divided by 11 ain't going to happen. 12, oops. 140 divided by 12. Nope. 140 divided by 3. Oh, not 3, but 13. Nope. So these are all the numbers. Now again, 1 is negative, 1 is positive, because they multiply and become a negative number. So 31 is really the difference between the two numbers. Which ones are 31 apart? Well, that would be 4 and 35. 35 has to be a positive because their sum is positive, and negative 4. 24 and 10. Again, I'm just going to do this. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6, and I think that's it. So if you can just see right away what those two numbers are, great. You don't have to write out this little table. But if you get stuck, this is what I'm going to tell you to do. So they're both positive because our product is positive and so is our sum. So which of these add up to 10? Well, that would be our bottom pair. So 4 and 6. We got one more to do here, 32. So that's 1 and 32. 2 and 16. 3 doesn't go in. 4 and 8. 5 doesn't go in. 6 doesn't go in. 7 doesn't go in. And 8 does. So there's these options. So again, they're both positive because 32 is positive as well as 15. Are there any numbers there that add up to 15? We got a sum of 33, a sum of 18, and 12. They're pretty close, but we can't get 15. So this is not possible. And you're going to see that once in a while. So that's our diamond problem.